Hello all, welcome to this session. In this session, I'm going to answer one of the Python interview questions. That is, what is the use of else statement in Python loops? Let me answer. In Python, we have three varieties of loops. The first one is while loop. The second one is for loop with range. The third one is for each loop. These are the three varieties of loops we have in Python. In all these three loops, we can use this else statement in an optional way. That means if you need it, you can use the else statement. Otherwise, you don't have to use the else statement with the loops. Okay, up to you. So the first statement here says that as an answer for this question, you can say that else statement is optional in Python. Okay, it's optional, guys, whether you want to use or not, up to you. Now, let's understand the purpose or use, the main answer for this question, guys. Okay, so what is the purpose or use of using these else statements, okay, in different loops in Python? Okay, the main advantage here is, okay, if you have a situation where after the loop has been executed, after all the iterations in the loops got completed, then if you want to run some set of code, okay, based on how the iterations went on in the loop, if you want to run some set of code, okay, then we can use else. Okay, after all the iterations in the loop got completed, this else block will get executed. Okay, if there is situation, you have to use it. Okay, so if there is any need to run some set of code after the loop iterations are finished in the loops, we need to use the else block. Okay, if not, you don't have to use it. It's not compulsory, it's optional, as I already told you. Okay, fine. So I'll practically demonstrate, guys. Okay, I'll practically demonstrate all these statements for you. So there is one more thing that you have to know about the using the else statements in loops, guys. What is the other thing is, like, this else statement won't be executed. Okay, it won't be executed when the loop gets terminated abruptly because of any break statement or something. Okay, because of some situation, if all the iterations are not done in the loop, and because of a break statement, if you are coming out of the loop, in that case, else block will not get executed even though you provide. Okay, now let me practically demonstrate all these three things for you. Okay, so I'll go to this PyCharm IDE where I'll write this Python code. First, I'll use some, for each loop. Okay, you can use with while loop or for loop with range or for each loop. I'll go with the for each loop where I create a list, guys. Okay, I'll say a is equal to square brackets. Here, list of elements I'll provide 9, 1, 5, 7 I'll provide. Okay, and here I write for each loop for each and every element. I'm just saying E, you can give anything. In A, that is in list. Okay, here I'll write some code. That is print of E. I'm printing the numbers. Okay, I'm printing the numbers. That's it. Here, this is normal for loop case. It doesn't have any else block. Okay, this proves that else statement is optional in Python. Okay, in all the loops, it's not compulsory that you have to provide else block. Else block is optional. I'm not provided in this example. Okay, if I run this, all the elements of this list will be printed one by one. You see, all the elements of this list 9, 1, 5, 7 got printed in the output. Okay, fine. Now I'll write an else block. Okay, else colon. Here I'll write print. Okay. I'll write something like this. Okay. For E in A, print E, I mentioned, end of the for loop. Okay, end of the for each loop. Otherwise, okay. You see what happens in this case is after all the iterations in the for loop got completed, then else block will be executed, guys. Okay, that is end of the for loop for each loop will be printed for you. Okay, run this. You see after 9157 got printed here. Finally, end of the for each loop. The else block got executed after all the iterations in the for loop got completed. Okay, that's one thing. I told you one thing. If in a situation, if these iterations somehow got disturbed because of a break statement, etc., if we come out of this for loop abruptly without completing all the iterations, in that case, else block will not be executed, guys. So here, if I say if E is equal to 5, then break. If I write like this, okay, colon here. Okay, if you see for 9, it will not break. The condition is false, so it will not break. It will print 9. And then next iteration 1 is not equal to 5. It will not break and it will print 1. Then 5, yes, 5 equal to 5, it will break. So since it is breaking, this else block will not be executed, guys. Okay, end of the for each loop will not be printed. So only 9, 1 will be printed, 5 and 7 will not be printed, even end of the for each loop, because else block will not be executed if this for loop breaks. Okay, that's the reason. Run this. You see only 9, 1 and end of the for each loop has not, okay, only 9-1 got printed. Okay, even this one has else block has not been executed, guys. Okay, fine. Now here I'll do one more thing. I'll say if E is equal to 3. Is there anywhere you see 9157 in this 9157? Do you see anywhere 3 here? 3 is not part of this list, right? But if you're checking here, so end of the this in else block, you can write uh, 3 is not part of the list. Okay, you can write, you can take advantage of this for each loop like this or for loops like this. Okay, you see here in this list only 9157 are there, but you are checking whether 3 is there or not. Okay, if 3 is there, you will break. Break means else block will not be executed. If else block is getting executed means 3 is not there. So indirectly you're getting something. So you're printing all the values of this list, and if in case 3 is not there, okay, you are printing here. Okay, this some kind of realistic example I can say, guys. Okay, of using the else block. Okay, the purpose of using the else block with the loops. This is one of the example. Okay, so where this is 3 is not there in this list, and if E is 3, then only it will break. If it is not breaking, means 3 is not there. Like that. Okay, in such kind of situations, you can use the else block. Guys, this is one of the situation where you can use the else block to find out whether the element is there or not there in the list. Okay, in such kind of situations, you can use the else block, and it will give you proper input. Okay, right click run. You see 9157, 3 is not part of the list, it's printing. Okay, only 9157 are there, they are printed. All the elements of the list got printed, and 3 is not part of the list got printed. This is one example. Okay, if you get this kind of question in the interview, like to explain the purpose of using the else statement in loops in Python, then you can give this example, guys. The interviewer will get impressed. Okay, and here, guys, so in place of this for each loop, we can use for loop with range, or you can use while loop also. Okay, up to you. I only gave one loop as an example, but you can also try with other loops also. Okay, so hope, guys, you got the answer for this question. So that's all for this session. In the next session, I'm going to answer another Python interview question for you. Till then, see you. Bye bye.